Hey guys, how's it going? Well, I know there has been a lot of panic in the markets. Things have been moving and fluctuating up and down and up and down, and there have been plummeting all the way to the floor and then a little bit of hope going up. So, should we panic too? Should we paper hand or should we diamond hand? What should we do? What should we think about this movement? That's what we're going to explore in this video. So, let's get started. All right, so here's the thing. There has been a lot of news, and there's this term that we know as FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And usually, FUD is cast by a lot of people in the space of crypto, but this time it came from the most unsuspected person, one of the most influential people in the world. So let's explore what's going on, and then towards the end of the video, I'm going to explain what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin and the crypto space in general. So let's check first the price of Bitcoin, and here we are. Right now it's 7:40 Central Time, US, and Bitcoin is 50,129. So this might, of course, change by the time we publish the video, which I'm going to publish right after I finish this video. But as we can see, and this is why I want to show you the chart, we had predicted this price behavior some weeks ago. And we have a channel in Spanish, so we just launched the Spanish and English, which I'll be doing often. But in that video, we discovered some floors in the price of Bitcoin. So the yellow lines you see here are floors, and they were punctured. And so those once a floor is punctured, the price goes down. So we punctured the 53,300 floor. So Bitcoin went down further down. Then we punctured the 52,000 floor, which is, I'm just rounding up. But, as you can see, the price went down here. And then the last floor we have, it's, that was kind of strong, was around the 51,000 or 50,900. That was punctured again last night. So we went all the way down to a little bit under $47,000 per Bitcoin. And as you can see, we had another floor here, the yellow line, at 48,200. So that was briefly punctured. And what happened after that? The price of Bitcoin went back up again. So let's go to the 4-hour chart. And if you don't know what this is, we're doing technical analysis. And that's a way to kind of predict what's going to happen with the price of Bitcoin. So, and let's zoom out a little bit so we can see this floor. So we punctured this one, 48,000, but the price went up again, and we're back at another floor. So once the price bounces up after it touches a floor, that's a good sign. However, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? What we need to be is cautious and be on the outlook of the other floors, because they will indicate what's Bitcoin going to do after that. And if your investment concern is not Bitcoin, but let's say Cake or any other altcoin or even shitcoins for that matter, remember the general crypto market moves in correlation to Bitcoin. And some of the lately Ethereum has gone up when Bitcoin is down, but I'm sure if Bitcoin goes all the way down to 30,000, even Ethereum will be affected. So, and why am I mentioning 30,000? Well, we have another floor there. We have a couple floors here. One of them is 48,200. That's the one I just mentioned. And then the next one is around 40, a little bit under $45,000. If that floor is punctured, then, oh man, there's no more floors here until we reach around 32,000. We predicted this on a previous video in the Spanish channel, but I wanted you to take a look at this. If we puncture the 32,000 floor, then what's next? There's no further support, as you can see. So we might go the next support is around 12,000. So I certainly don't think and hope we won't puncture the 32,000 floor. And I think we might stay, above $45,000. Now, let's go to what's going on right now. And the first note, the first bit of news here is Joe Biden proposed to raise the capital gains tax in the US to almost double it. So what happens if this, so this is a proposal, right, guys? So this is not something that's happening or that potentially will happen. This is just him proposing, I want to double the taxes on on capital gains. So what's a capital gain? When you have an asset and you buy something and then you sell it for a profit, the difference between buy and sell, that's your profit, and it pays tax. So under Trump, that was around 21%. Biden wants to raise that to, I think, a 39 or almost 40. So that's almost double. Now, you might not be living in the US and you're asking yourself, why does that affect me? Well, one of the biggest investors, now that we have big corporations investing in Bitcoin, are usually in the US. The whales are usually US based. Not all of them, but a big number of them. So if they are scared of doubling their taxes, a number of them are selling now before that law could go into effect. So if whales sell their Bitcoin investments or their other crypto investments, of course the price will go down. So guys, this is one of the most influential people in the world, and the US was one of the biggest investors of in the general financial markets, including crypto. So whatever this president says will influence the price. Now, this is panic selling, and some of this is people that want to invest at a lower price in Bitcoin. So whales are able to affect the price of Bitcoin too by them selling or buying. So they sell, they know the price will go down, they kind of control the markets. When the price is down enough, they will purchase again, right? And that will raise the price of Bitcoin. So this particular news bit, I think that caused the fall of the price of Bitcoin, but I don't think it's strong enough. And the markets have discounted this already. So, and this is a proposal again, guys. So most possibly he's asking for 39. He might get 29. And once it's 29, people will say, okay, I will eat that tax as long as I can buy Bitcoin at $45,000 instead of $62,000 where it was last week. So this will affect in the really short term. Now we have another bit of news. There is a major fund, and the investment manager of Guggenheim, he warns of a major correction in Bitcoin. And this guy is, oh my God, this guy is crying wolf. He is saying that Bitcoin could move as low as $20,000. Oh my God, the ship is sinking. Well, I don't think he really thinks we're going to go to $20,000. Like, he provides no good sound reason of why that could happen. So, and we just explored, this is a possibility, but it's a far-fetched possibility. But remember, this guy controls $270 billion in assets. And a lot of these funds want to get in Bitcoin, and they have not been granted permission by the US. Whoever controls them in the US, they cannot invest. They cannot do Bitcoin ETFs. So they're waiting for an approval. But they don't want to buy Bitcoin at $70,000 or at $80,000. So if they can influence the price down and then buy when it's at $40,000 or at $30,000, they will of course do that. So that tells me two things. One, a US ETF is about to get approved. We don't know which one in the coming months, and they're getting ready to purchase at the price they want. Two, this is crying wolf. So crying wolf is just exaggerating things, right? So and we need to take this with a grain of salt, but he did speak about this. Some people who are paper hands, they petrified and they said, I'm going to sell. And right now, guys, we went back to 49,841. So we broke again that psychological barrier of $50,000 while we were reading this piece of news. But remember, the big floor is around $45,000. So not to worry. Right now, I'm not worried. Let's see what else. Cointelegraph, which is a major source of crypto news, says they know, or they think they know, 5 reasons why Bitcoin plummeted, and along with Ethereum, a lot of crypto, right? One, the futures market, they see $4 billion worth of liquidations. So these are people betting on the price of Bitcoin, and they got liquidated. So and a lot of them borrow money to invest. And when people borrow money to invest, that's kind of fake money, kind of, because they bet without their own money. Now they have to get rid of that and repay those loans. So that makes the price go down. So yeah, I agree with them that maybe caused that. Kimchi Premium, this is Korea. And South Korea, they are big investors in crypto, especially in Bitcoin and a couple more. Like they have their own digital currency pegged to the won, like USDT, but for the won. So the financial commissioner of South Korea said they will tax crypto, and on top of that, they will not protect. So they as they would like in bank accounts. So Koreans who don't want to pay tax, they sold now. The same thing with Biden, right? I'm going to sell now and take my gains instead of paying taxes. And of course, I would do the same thing, guys. If I had $1 million invested in crypto, and I'm told you will lose, and imagine I purchase 100,000 now, it's worth $1 million. So that's $900,000 that I've earned, I've gained. If someone tells me you're going to pay 40% of that of taxes, I will sell today and hope the price goes down again. But now I have that money in my account. So when the price goes down, I'm going to repurchase, and then yes, I'm going to pay taxes in the future. But right now, I'm going to take those profits, and I'm not going to pay taxes. So I would do the same thing. Now, the other thing they're saying is small to medium sized whales are selling, and whales, they're huge investors of crypto, and they say a medium sized whale will invest between $100,000 and $1 million in crypto. So if they sell, of course, those big sales will affect the price of Bitcoin. They don't explain why they're selling. They don't know, but they just know they're selling. And it could be connected to Joe Biden and to the Korean commissioner. So, and then they restate Biden tax concerns. So we already spoke about that, guys. So all that is affecting the price of Bitcoin. I don't see a major influence that would affect the price of Bitcoin so much that it would break the 30,000 floor. Now, a bit of good news. Well, this guy. Well, just before we get to the good news, this guy. Well, this is the last news. An analyst enters. He's saying Bitcoin will get to $32,500, which is one of the floors we spoke about. That he says he will buy at $32,000, so he's not foreseeing Bitcoin will go below that. He hopes Bitcoin will reach 32,500, which is what we predicted, right? So this guy agrees with us. Bitcoin hardly will go below that. Now, this guy thinks and hopes Bitcoin will get to $32,000, and we are currently at $49,000 and $745. So, will this happen potentially? Especially if we see the price of Bitcoin break the floor of $40,000. So keep an eye on the price of Bitcoin. Of course, when we see that Bitcoin breaks that or goes upwards towards a bull trend again, we will keep you posted with videos. So just to finalize, I know we're all worried about what's going on with crypto. If you're watching this channel, probably you have money invested in crypto or in the financial markets. But not everything is bad news, right? So something happened, the price plummeted, we are worried what will happen with my money. You could choose to sell right now and take the loss. Or you could think, well, maybe it's going to go up. So what am I personally doing? I am holding. And part of I was fool enough to sell Bitcoin at around $35,000. And then I repurchased at 48. So that was not the best decision. I come from the financial markets. So that's what you would do in trading stocks. But now that I've been in crypto for a while, I know that I made a bad decision. In Bitcoin, the best strategy is to hold and wait for an uptrend. So I am holding. I think crypto and Bitcoin will go up. it might plummet a little bit more. It might get to 32,500 and then it will bounce, or ideally it will get to $40,000. And that's a good price point to buy, guys. So in this channel, we always talk about how to profit, how to invest during the bull trends and the downtrends. So I actually have placed purchase orders at $40,000. So they might hit, they might not hit, but if they do, I will buy Bitcoin at a better price than I did previously. So that's good already for my condition, my situation. I'm not a financial advisor. As you know, I need to say this in this channel. I probably heard this in every other channel. But that's what I'm doing. So before we go, guys, I want to share with you a good piece of news. So you probably heard that Miami wants to become the hub of Bitcoin and crypto investing in the US. That would mean Miami is a big city in terms of financials. A lot of the New York industry, financial industry is moving to Miami. So the fact that they want to become one of the biggest centers in the US for cryptocurrency investment means that even if Joe Biden wants to tax crypto, local governments will try to fight that. So we have a champion on our side. But not only them, Jackson, Tennessee is also looking to become a Bitcoin hub. And Jackson, Tennessee is not Miami, right? But they are realizing there's a lot of money and financial benefit to them if they embrace crypto. So that's a trend, guys. It starts with one city and then it goes with another city. And then there's a lot of cities that want to embrace crypto and Bitcoin. And once that happens, country governments will need to discuss with them and agree and come to an agreement. So we have champions on our side. And remember, what happens in the US affects us because of the size of the investments from the US. So this is a good piece of news. I know there's more good news coming. You already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold, probably buy at the 40,000 price, and we'll see. Now, just to end this video, not all of crypto is going down. BNB has recovered a lot, and Cake, and I haven't said this in this channel, but I love Cake. So Cake went down. You know, compare the charts. It's visually, you can see it. There's an uptrend in Cake, and you can see the price following this uptrend. And also BNB, you can see that on BNB. So it's the same thing. So it's only Bitcoin, and for now they're kind of disconnected, right? But if Bitcoin plummets below 30,000, be sure that all the cryptocurrencies are going to go down. So let's hope we stay within the $40,000, $44,000 mark. If that happens, the 40,000 mark is the psychological floor. It is also, right now, it matches the 25-day moving average. So if we break that one, then we need to worry. If we don't, if it bounces, and it seems right now that it's kind of bouncing, right, guys? See this chart, we're bouncing up. So that's it for this video. I hope this was informative, that it can help you make decisions on your investments. And if that was true, please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, where I teach you how to invest during bull markets and during downtrends. See you next video. Bye-bye.